Greetings to the Faculty of Hospitality Management and College of Business and Accountancy. It is a great pleasure to present our feasibility study entitled A Feasibility Study of Selling Piesome in Napico, Mangahan, Pasig City. I am humbly introducing to all of you my co-proponents, Ms. Abigail Q. De Gala, Ms. Majhala B. Gonzalez, Ms. Bethel Delirios, Ms. Ayumi B. Orashima, and lastly, I am Daniela Nicolas, the group leader of this feasibility study of selling Piesome in Napico, Mangahan, Pasig City. For the first part of this study, Ms. Bethel Delirios will present the business profile of Piesome.
The proponents came up with the name of Piesome. The Pi is from the actual product of the proponents, and the word some because the product is something that the target market must anticipate with the unique Filipino dish feeling, and some also symbolize the someone that you can share the pie with. Vision: Piesome Company to be known as one of the best local product of Pasig City by year 2027 by having more flavors of fried pie, highlighting Filipino dishes for the mass of the people. Mission: to innovate delicious Filipino dishes into quality snack, promoting Philippine culture in the nature of convenience, and to share the joy with a delectable pie that will surely catch the heart of the Filipino people. Logo: the proponent decided to choose a bright orange background because it signifies boldness, warmth, and excitement. A yellow font size believe that it can stimulate someone's appetite, and psychology says that it can uplift someone and promote happiness. The black color signifies power, strength, and elegance. The heart shape symbolizes love, but the proponent decided to have a heart shape as an innovate of our product. The smoke effect of the Piesome only offers hot and fresh fried pie. Location of business: the Piesome Company will be located at Peche Street, Napico, Mangahan, Pasig City. The proponents consider this as a marketable place because the proponent's location surrounded with malls, residence, condominiums, wet market, and school. But still, there are many competitors around the area like Bossing Kambal Pizza, Potato Corner, Shawarma Shack, and Shomai House. The proponents will contribute with the amount of 24,000 pesos for the company funds to operate the business. The initial funds will be allocated with the raw materials, equipment, machinery, bills, and other expenses. Some of the proponents' capital will be coming from savings and some from loans. Product description: the proponents improve the dough by adding squash to the ingredients. The proponents decide to have two flavors of fillings, igado and pininyahan. Igado is a famous Ilocano dishes made from pork tenderloin, liver, sauteed with green peas and bell pepper. And pininyahan is a chicken stew that has pineapple chunks sauteed in onion and garlic combined with the other seasonings like fish sauce, salt, and pepper.
A pleasant day to everyone. I am Abigail De Gala, and now let's discuss Chapter 2 Marketing Aspect. So in Chapter 2, we will discuss the market research, summary of respondents and demand for retail, gap analysis, company demand, and projected sales. So here in Chapter 2 Market Research, in support of the feasibility study, we the proponents gathered information about our target market, which is at 55 Pache Street, Napico, Mangahan, Pasig City. So for us to be able to get the sample size that we needed for our survey, we use Lewin's formula. So this formula is used when you don't have enough information about your population. So to execute Lewin's formula, we needed quota sampling technique that will also be used in the TikTok survey and questionnaire. So based on the computation in the Lewin's formula, we had a total of 394 sample size. So here's the summary of respondents for market segmentation. A total of 400 respondents participated in our survey. 297 respondents for 18 to 23 years old, 66 respondents for 24 to 29 years old, 23 respondents for 30 to 35 years old, 8 respondents to 36 to 40 years old, and 6 respondents to 41 years old and above. Then for the summary of their social status, 159 respondents for students, 124 respondents for full-time employee, 92 respondents for part-time employee, 90 respondents are self-employed, 4 respondents prefer not to say, and 2 unemployed. Here's the summary for the questionnaire. In question number 1, they eat snacks. 99% answered yes and 1% answered no. Question 2, if yes, are you willing to try fried pie? 99% answered yes and 1% answered no. Question number 3, are you willing to try a new variation of fried pie? 99.3% answered yes and 0.7% answered no. In question 4, which variety of fried filling would you prefer? 51.3% for igado fried pie, 31.2% for both, 11.6% for pininyahang manok fried pie. And 5, if pininyahang manok, how many quantities would you buy? 49.3% for not applicable or prefer fried pie or fried pie igado, 29.5% for 1 to 5 pieces, 16.5% for 6 to 10 pieces, 4.8% for 11 to 15 pieces. Question number 6. How often will you buy pininyang manok fried pie from us? 49.3% for not applicable or prefer igado, 26.3% for twice a week, 8.8% for once a month, 8.3% for once a week, 5.5% for twice a week, 1.5% for thrice a month. And question number 7, in igado fried pies, how many quantities would you buy? 33% for not applicable or prefer pininyahang manok, 31% for 6 to 10 pieces, 27.3% for 1 pieces, 8.3% for 11 to 15 pieces, and 0.5% for 16 to 20 pieces. Question number 8, how often will you buy igado fried pie from us? 42% for twice a week, 32% for not applicable, 12.8% for once a week, 9.3% for once a month, 0.7% for thrice a month. Question number 9, do you prefer beverage to go with fried pies? 97.5% answered yes and 2.5% answered no. Question 10, if yes, what beverage do you most prefer? 74% for fruit juices, 18.8% for soft drinks, 6% for bottled water, and 1.2% do not prefer drinks.
In question 11, if your answer in number 9 is yes, how much are you willing to spend on your beverages? If your answer is no or do not prefer beverage, please choose not applicable. 87.5% are willing to spend about 15 to 20 pesos on their preferred beverages, and 11% are willing to spend 21 to 30%, and then 0.7% are willing to spend 31 to 40 for their drinks, and then the other 0.7% prefer to have their pie without drinks. In question 12, where do you prefer to buy your fried pies? 82.5% of the respondents prefer to buy fried pies at the food stall or kiosk, while 9% prefer food court, 4% prefer pastry shops, 3.5% prefer to buy online, and 1% prefer to have their pie at a fast food restaurant. Question 13. What is the factor you consider the most in buying pies? 0.3% of the respondents consider taste the most when buying fried pies. 15.3% consider the price. 3% consider nutritional value. 1% consider packaging. Question 14. What social media platforms do you usually use? 88.2% of the respondents mostly use Facebook social media platforms. 11.3% use Instagram. 0.3% use TikTok the most, and 0.3% use all the different social media platforms. Looking at the figure, the proponents conclude that the social media of Facebook platform will be the top social media platform to promote Piesome as a particular marketing strategy. Question 15. What is your preferred way to get the product? 60.5% of the respondents preferred pick-up to get the product, and the rest is 39.5% of the respondents preferred courier service to get the product. 16. If your answer to the question number 15 is courier service, which courier would you prefer? If you choose pick-up, do not prefer courier delivery, please choose not applicable. 49.9% of the respondents prefer Grab as their courier, while 34.6% of the respondents prefer not to have a courier, 12.3% prefer Lalamove, and 1.8% prefer Borzo or Mr. Speedy. In question 17, which method of payment do you prefer? 85.5% of the respondents' preferred payment method is cash on delivery, while 13.8% for e-wallet services. The data shows that there is high probability that the consumer will be paying by cash on delivery. In question 18, how many are you in your family? 64.5% of the respondents have 4 to 6 members in their family, while 29.5% have 1 to 3 members in their family, and 6% have 7 to 9 members in their family. Looking at the figure, there is a market selling for snacks for the families. Question 20. Are you willing to recommend Piesome to your family, friends, and other people? 99.3% of the respondents are willing to recommend Piesome to their family, friends, and to other people, and the other 0.7% said no. Market demand, according to the data gathered in the frequency of buying, in 1 times a week for pininyang manok is 33, for 2 times a week 105, for 1 times a month 35, for 2 times a month 22, for 3 times a month 6, and for the igado for 1 times a week 51, for 2 times a week 168, for 1 times a month 37, for 2 times a month 13, and for 3 times a month 3. For the pininyang manok daily is 34, and for the igado is 45 with a total of 79. For the weekly of pininyang manok is 204, for the igado is 270 with a total of 474, for the monthly is 816, and for the igado is 1,080 with a total of 1,896 monthly. For annually is 9,792. For 12,000 is 916, 22,752. In projected demand by the year 2020, the demand is 22,752 with a growth rate percent of 1.0.5% yearly. For 2023 is 22,991, and for 2024 is 23,232, and for 2024 is 23,232, and for 2025 is 23,476, and for 2026 is 23,772.
Now let's move to the demand and supply and gap analysis chart. So in 2022, we have a total of 22,752 market demand, and since we have an increase of 1.05% per year, in 2023 we will have 22,990 demand, in 2024 23,232, in 2025 23,476, and lastly in 2026 we will have 23,722. Then to get the supply, you need to add the yearly supply of all the competitors, which are the Bossing's Kambal Pizza, Shawarma Shack, Potato Corner, Shamay House, and will have a total of 11,304. Then to get the gap, subtract the supply on demand, it will have an 11,448. Gap percentage is from the available market share for Piesome. So here's the projected sales of Piesome for 5 years. So in 2022, we have a total projected sales of 2,073,312. In 2023, 2,280,643.20. In 2024, 2,508,707.52. In 2025, 2,759,578.27. In 2026, 3,035,536.10. Then in monthly projected sales, we have a total of 172,776.
Good day, panels. Good day to everyone watching the Piesome presentation. I am Daniela Nicolas, one of the proponents of Piesome Fried Pie. For my presentation, I will discuss the technical aspect of Piesome, which is Chapter 3 of the proponent's feasibility study. For the first part, this is a flowchart production process of Piesome. Starting with the purchase of raw materials or ingredients, preparations such as separating dry ingredients from wet goods to avoid spoiling and contamination are necessary. Turning to the service process, I have here the flowchart for the actual service process. For the person in charge of the kiosk, when the pies are ready to serve, the Piesome kiosk serving process begins. The business service procedure begins with clients placing orders and then paying the assigned workers on the kiosk. Following payment, the staff is ready to serve it to the customer, which is followed by packing and finally serving it to the customer. For the timeline allotted for the service in charge of kiosk, we have here the time and motion. Taking orders would take 1 minute, payment 30 seconds, packaging 20 seconds, serving 20 seconds. Total minutes of service in the kiosk would be 2 minutes and 10 seconds. For the uncooked process, the proponents also have a timetable estimation of every movement in service process. First is taking orders for 1 minute, payment 1 minute, deep frying 6 minutes, oil straining 1 minute and 30 seconds, packaging 40 seconds, serving 40 seconds, total minutes of service 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Next would be the top of the kiosk layout. Display the kiosk layout from the top with all the necessity business. Equipment, the bottle rack display, pie warmer display, cashier, fryer, and chiller. On the back of the kiosk will all assist the person in charge of the kiosk. With a dimension of 1.5 meter by 1 meter or about 6 feet tall, this size is the ideal size of kiosk in the Philippines, as the proponents did try to measure the kiosk display in the malls. Next is the Piesome front kiosk display that will be a part of the marketing strategy. The front layout of the Piesome kiosk, a height that is measured 2 meters length of 1.5 meters with a width of about 1 meter. As you can see, the color theme of Piesome is in the front of the kiosk, so as the company logo, wherein the target market can go easily locate the kiosk. A total area of 24.44 meters squared, kitchen that is 21.4 meters squared, kiosk area for about 4.43 meters squared by 1.24 and by 3.56 meters squared. Toilet that is 4.61 m squared by 1.17 by 1.37 m squared. The commissary is separated into several courses. Proponents can make the most of the entire manufacturing space area. The floor plan includes a location for the kiosk and stock, comfort room, locker, cabinet, double door, chest freezer for a huge cabinet with a couple upper cabinets for cold storage, sink with overhead for dry goods and packaging stocks, pan and other kitchen storage compartment, and wall storage, tools, electric kitchen equipment, countertop, kitchen and a preparation table. A rack, some equipment, kit, and other items are also mentioned by the proponents. Equipment that will assist an employees in an emergency, such as fire extinguishers and emergency supplies, for example, proper considering the exhaust fan in the heating and ventilation system, cooking hood, and ceiling fan. That's all for my presentation. Thank you very much.
A pleasant day again to everyone. I am Abigail Degala. Let's now proceed to chapter 4, which is the management aspect. So this chapter represents pre-operation activities, organizational structure, including the job analysis. So management aspect will help you determine effective organizational setup, individuals that is suitable for the organization, and elements on how to run a business, and also the ethical code that a business must possess. So here we have the pre-operation activities. It is a running sheet or a sequence of list of processes and procedures in planning the business. So we started the feasibility in February 2022, and in February we also do brainstorming, and at the third week we did the conceptualization and formulation of ideas up to the last week of the month. On the first week of March we did the location analysis, including the observation of the area and also the location of the kiosk. That took 2 weeks to finish. Second week of March we also did consultation with our product, and we started to do the in the month of April the recipe testing, including the food tasting to the area wherein we received feedbacks regarding the taste of the product. Then for the month of April, we also did canvassing of tools, also the capital requirements. Our product also underwent a salmonella testing and nutrition value analysis in the third week of May, and at the same time promoting the business for the whole month. First week of June was the initial location setup and hiring employees, and lastly at the end of the month of June we will have the opening.
The organizational chart of Piesome Company, Nicolas Daniela for General Manager, Magella Gonzalez for Dining Supervisor, Abigail Digala for Production Supervisor, Betelarius for Production Staff, and for Ayumi Orashima is Kia's Crew. Job description for General Manager. Responsibilities include formulating overall strategy, managing people, and establishing policies to be successful in this role. Job specification includes male or female, 20 years old and above, at least college level of management course, good in decision-making and leadership, have a background on accounting and management. For dining supervisors, oversee all aspects of dining room. Operation includes staff, scheduling, training, setup, service, breakdown, cleanliness, equipment, furnishing, ordering of service related to food and service supplies for production. For the job specification is male or female, 19 years old and above, at least college level related in hospitality management, working knowledge of correct serving practices and industry standard relative to service, ability to perform effectively under condition of fluctuating workload. For production supervisor, ensure all manufacturing goes smoothly and efficiently by closely monitoring how employees organize their workloads. Our production supervisors is integral is a fast-paced production environment. For the job specification is male or female, 18 years old above, at least college level related to hospitality service, strong communication and interpersonal skills, strong organizational and leadership skills, together with a result of driven approach. Production staff are responsible for working the food production line and loading ingredients into industrial baking equipment. They also monitor the machinery during cooking and mixing process to make sure the product is quality standards are being met. For job specification is male or female, 18 years old above, at least high school graduate, good communication skills and teamwork skills. For the kiosk crew, responsible for presenting menus to the customers, the service crew is the one that takes the orders and answers the question on the meal items. The service crew makes recommendation and serves food and beverage to customers. In job specification of kiosk crew is the male or female, 17 years old above, at least high school level, ability to maintain composure during rush hour, good communication skills.
Hi, I am Magella B. Gonzalez, and I'm going to present the projected income statement of the Paninyang Manok Pie and Iga to Pie for the 5-year ended period of February 2022 to 2026. So this is our sales, 2,073,312, which came from the result of projected sales of our products, which are the Paninyang Manok and Iga to Pie, and we also include all the beverage as well. The selling price of Paninyang Manok is 66 pesos and Iga to is 75, while the beverage is 20 pesos. You will multiply each selling price to its monthly units, which came from the result of our market demand from the survey questionnaire. And then you will get the monthly sales. From then, you will multiply by 12 to get the yearly sales, then add it all together to get the yearly sales of all the products. So we assume that our business will get a 10% increase in sales every year. For you to get that, you will multiply the sales by 10, then add the sales, and so on. The computation of cost of sales is just the same with the projected sales. You will get each unit cost from the cost per piece plus packaging plus the operational cost of each product. For the gross profit, you will just subtract the cost of sales from the sales. So these are all the expenses. Each year will increase by 3% for the expenses, like the rent and so on. Add all the expenses, subtract the total of gross profit from the total expenses to get the net income. That's all. Thank you.